Prasad, why don't you come up, tell us about Trucker Tools and what you're working on that's so whiz-bang cool.
Thank you. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you. There's your clicker.
Good afternoon, everyone. That was a nice introduction Bob did. My name is Prasad Gollapalli. I'm the founder and CEO of Trucker Tools. So for today's demo, I'm going to use a quick backdrop of the top issues that are being faced by brokers. So when you look at these top issues, the number one issue is, at least this year, poor visibility. Most of the brokers are struggling to get more than 30% compliance with their visibility. And this is very important for brokers because, on the other hand, most of your customers, shippers, are demanding 80% or higher visibility compliance. So this is a big gap for you to address. The other two issues, one is carrier adoption. Primarily, when you use carriers, they're in and out of your system after they move a load. We call this one load wonders. This carrier rotation is constantly adding more stress to your operations. And still, there are a lot of manual things like making check calls or calling carriers for covering loads. So these are the three major issues that brokers have today. And these issues are important because they add or they eat into your cost of or revenue per load or increase your cost of covering a load. On the carrier side, these issues fragment the carrier base. And more importantly, when you look at these three issues, the core part of these three issues is the carrier base that you use. So what is Trucker Tools? Trucker Tools is a platform that connects you as brokers with your carriers and provide you real-time visibility and carrier capacity. Those are the two things that we spoke earlier. And another goal is to reduce your cost of covering a load. So when you look at the platform, there are two sides to the platform. One side is visibility, give you the real-time visibility of where the truck is from pickup to delivery. The other side is helping you cover your loads with your with the available trucks. And we'll go deep into these two today quickly, if we can. The whole platform is built around our Trucker Tools app. It's a smartphone app that's on driver's smartphone. Today we have over 750,000 truckers who use our app. Translates to over 130,000 small carriers and owner-operators. The majority of the carrier base is made up of either 25 trucks or less or 100 trucks or less. That's where we are very strong, or 10 trucks or less is even stronger. The value proposition for the driver is it provides more features such as cheapest fuel along the route, truck stops, parking, truck washes, service centers. Anything the driver needs is provided through the app. So there's a bunch of things that we do in one common app for the driver. So why Trucker Tools? Let's look at the first part of the solution, the visibility side. So when you talk to carriers, one of the things the carriers are going through today is app overload. They're getting frustrated with downloading new apps, primarily if they have to download an app that only does one thing or two. So when you do a poll, they typically tell you for visibility, they don't want to be downloading an app for tracking. Another thing that we are also hearing is, well, ELD is great, but these carriers are not jumping and sharing that. What they prefer is an all-in-one solution where they don't have to jump between apps. And because of that, our visibility compliance today is, our average visibility compliance is over 70%, and some of our customers who follow best practices get over 90% visibility compliance. And here are a couple of case studies that I'm going to go through quickly. Choptank, you all know Choptank, very popular company. They're consistently getting over 90% visibility compliance through our app. Another well-reputed company, Syfan Logistics. Again, when they migrated to us, they had issues with the accuracy of visibility, and those are the things that we fixed. They saw an improvement of over 50% in accuracy of their visibility, and their average compliance is over 80%. Trucker Tools is integrated with some of these aggregators. So if your shippers are using any of these aggregators, Trucker Tools can push the data on your behalf to those guys. Now, moving on to the matching side, this is the second part of our platform. Let me see if I can get this one. So it's all structured around automating the booking process for the carrier. We call it Book It Now. I see that a lot of people are adopting to the word Book It Now. I hope the product is more successful than the name itself. So in short, what it does is, here is a carrier experience. Carrier gets to see your load on a private network, so it's not shared with everyone under the sun. And they can click a button, it's called Book It Now, and it triggers the rate confirmation. So your cost of covering that load is almost zero. That's the advantage with that. So if I go back, here is a complete end-to-end solution. We help the carriers book the load, track the load from pickup to delivery, then they can scan the documents and send it back to you and help them rebook. That's a complete solution, and all of it is centered around the carrier. So our goal is, how do we move the carrier, who is the core part of your problem, into a core part of your solution? And I'm going to share with you the new app. So it's all based on carrier experience. So just to recap, the top three issues: visibility, carrier compliance, operational inefficiencies. They all have carrier as the core part of the problem. With providing a simple, easy-to-use app, we are able to address those. With that, thank you, everyone.